Now I would like to invite Ms. Dinah McDougall, Commercial Officer, Embassy, USA, for inaugural address.
Good afternoon, everyone. I warmly welcome you to today's Indo-US Smart Grid Workshop. My name is Dinah McDougall, and I'm a Commercial Officer at the Embassy of the United States of America here in New Delhi. This is our 6th edition of the workshop and the 4th one that I have had the honor and privilege to help organize and facilitate. I've seen a lot of familiar faces today. We have covered a lot of ground over the last couple of years, looking at recent technology and system innovations, everything from distributed energy resources, battery energy storage, smart meters, and the IT systems behind those meters. We've also held discussions on the use of data to better predict consumer behavior and how utilities might incentivize consumers for smarter, more efficient use of the grid system. This year, we'll be exploring the concept of how utilities can build a better business model for the future. How do they balance modernization and efficiency with sustainability? As electric vehicle implementation is a priority for India, we will also look at how EV charging will impact the national grid and how utilities and regulators are preparing for this new challenge. At the U.S. Embassy, it is our strong belief that the U.S.-India cooperation can play a critical role in the development of smart grid systems across the Indo-Pacific region. The United States and India share strong linkages in energy collaboration, which was reinforced during the recent visit of President Trump to India. Both President Trump and Prime Minister Modi welcomed the growing links between our two countries in trade and investment, and they emphasized the critical role that the U.S.-Indian Strategic Energy Partnership plays to enhance energy security, to expand energy and innovation linkages, to bolster strategic alignment, and to facilitate increased industry and stakeholder engagement. Through the U.S. government's Asia EDGE program, which stands for Enhanced Development and Growth of Energy, we aim to address these 3 fundamental challenges to energy security across the broader Indo-Pacific region: energy poverty, energy demand, and energy markets. Do we have anybody here from USAID? Our sister agency, USAID, has done quite a bit of work in this area. At the U.S. Department of Commerce, which is the agency that I represent within the U.S. government, we support both of these initiatives, primarily through 2 tracks, one being trade promotion and the other being trade policy. One of the ways we facilitate partnership is by collaborating with organizations like the India Smart Grid Forum to showcase innovative U.S. technology at conferences and events across India. For example, in 2018, we hosted a successful smart grid and energy storage trade mission where we brought 8 U.S. providers of innovative smart grid technology here to India. And I'm proud to announce that within 2 years, at least half of those companies have already started working on projects. We also take delegations of Indian companies and utilities to the United States to explore partnership. We recently took 19 officials and representatives to Distributech 2020 in San Antonio, Texas, which is the leading U.S. trade show for power distribution, transmission, and smart grids. I think many of you here probably know Rennie Subin. Rennie, raise your hand. She's on my team. So in addition to facilitating matchmaking meetings and a roundtable at that event, she also prepared technical visits for the group that came from India. And they visited a little place called Pecan Street in Austin, Texas. And we're very excited to see that engagement sparked some powerful ideas and interest on both sides. And now we're looking at a future collaboration coming up, possibly on a pilot project here in India based on that Austin model. In the coming months, we'll be taking additional delegations. I think Solar Power International and PowerGen are 2 for this sector that if anybody's interested, please see Rennie. I think we can all agree
that the implementation of smart grid technology will be key for Indian power grid systems to meet future energy demands. Everyone in this room knows that India maintains a steady growth in the demand for electricity and is expected to surpass China as the world's largest energy growth market during this current decade. On the supply side, everyone in this room knows that India continues to increase its installed capacity for power supply. With Prime Minister Modi's ambitious initiatives to grow renewable energy, that segment has experienced tremendous growth rates of at least 20% or more the last few years, which presents a new sort of challenges for those that maintain the grid. Such tremendous growth in both supply and demand will certainly come with some growing pains, and we have borne witness to how government officials, discoms, and utilities have all worked to overcome these challenges while striving to provide energy for all. In recent years, several discoms have proven their leadership in overcoming long-standing issues of power outages and TNC losses, but they now face the new challenges of balancing an influx of renewable power and even EV charging onto the grid. All of this speaks to the importance of India's recent deployment of smart grid technologies to improve efficiency in the Indian power sector. According to a study published by Northeast Group, India's smart grid infrastructure investment is projected to total nearly $45 billion over a 10-year period, starting with large-scale deployments rolled out in 2017. As energy is a concurrent subject between federal and state governments, there has been much discussion on measures to be undertaken. However, discussion always seems to come back to this fundamental question: how do you build the ideal utility business model? Technology certainly plays a role, and it can bring big gains on efficiency and reduce cost, but it still needs to be financed in a way that allows utilities to present the best business case to regulators. At the end of the day, I would say that to achieve real advances toward building a sustainable business model, folks need to start talking about that big, fat, white elephant in the room, and I'm talking about tariffs. And why not? We talk about flexible energy resources, why not flexible tariff structures? And it makes sense. Why not harness the analysis of aggregate consumer data captured through smart meters to build tariff incentives or disincentives that could influence consumer behavior that could impact the grid? If a solid business case can be made, it should bring benefits to all stakeholders and help India achieve its objectives. So today we have a great lineup of speakers for both of our panels. We are especially honored that Mr. Neil Chatterjee, Chairman of the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, has traveled from the United States to be with us here today. And we are also pleased that Mr. ISGF, member of India's Central Electricity Regulatory Commission, could join us. And we hope that Mr. Vishal Kapoor, Director of Ministry of Power in charge of smart grids, smart cities, and piloting distribution reforms, will also join us later today. We are also pleased with the participation of several experts from electricity regulatory commissions and discoms, representing multiple states across India. And of course, we are grateful for the participation of technology providers and both of our esteemed moderators to round out the experience. As we know, there are no silver bullets in this business. So the depth of knowledge and perspectives brought by today's speakers will surely contribute to a dynamic discussion. In conclusion, I would like to give a special thanks to the India Smart Grid Forum. Over the years, Reggie, Reena, and their team have done a remarkable job in facilitating the development and deployment of smart grid technology in India, and most importantly, the discussion on those topics. So please accept my congratulations and best wishes to everyone associated with the India Smart Grid Utility Week this year. Thank you very much. And I will now turn it over to our esteemed moderator, Mr. Rahul Tangia from Brookings, India. Thank you.